Greetings and welcome to another Yurtcast from Lavender Sound Studios. We are Groundwork Music Project helping to make the world a more musical place. Today we're going to be talking about F chords and C chords. And this is specifically for young learners, although older learners may get something out of it as well. This is for kids 5, 6, and 7 years old. Kids who are still developing the skills needed to really play a fretted instrument. When you are under 8, it's particularly challenging to be able to play things with both your left and right hand. That's why a lot of the teaching that we do for kids that age at Groundwork Music Project involves just a lot of plucking with the right hand. But you can get started with some left hand, right hand integration so that you can really kick it into gear as you get older and older. You'll already be familiar with an instrument and be ahead of the game. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about chords. A chord is 3 or more notes played together, and some of the most common chords you'll see on a ukulele are an F chord and a C chord. These little sections here are known as frets, and if you press down certain frets on certain strings, you end up with a unique chord, a unique set of harmonies. Let's start by talking about the F chord. With the F chord, you start with this finger. This is your first finger. First, second, third, fourth. With your first finger, put it on the first fret of your E string. That's this one. Okay? And then the next finger you're going to use is your second finger. You're going to put that on your second fret of your G string. That's the one closest to your chin. When you put down the first fret of your E string and the second fret of your G string, you have a nice, fairly easy to play F chord. Now, if that's going to take some finger strength, especially if you're a really young learner. So you can always start by just trying this finger only. Just press down the first fret of your E string. That's this string here. Press down the first fret. Don't press it down super hard, because that's going to take more strength than you need. Press it down just hard enough for this note to ring out. So, even if you can just press down that one note, you're on your way to an F chord. You have a chord that's almost an F chord, right? And if you can press down the 2 notes, second fret here, open note, first fret, open note. Now you have a full F chord. Okay. So start out with whatever you're able to give a good solid try to. And if at first it's sounding like this, just keep on pressing and pressing and pressing until you get a nice note ringing out, right? And then you go, oh my gosh, I've got a little indent on my finger. Oh, my finger's so sore. It might be a little sore at first. So practice for just a little bit, even if you can hold it down for a few seconds. Okay, you're on your way. F chord. Now the C chord is a little bit easier. We're going to take our first, second, third finger. That's this one, our ring finger, and put it on the first, second, third fret of the A string. That's the one closest to the ground. And again, remember, if you press it down really lightly, it's not going to sound real clean and clear. It'll sound like a muted note. Don't press down too hard, because that'll be too much strength. Just press down hard enough to get a nice little ring. Now, if you're pressing that down, and you strum all the strings together, you have a beautiful C chord. C chord, open, 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 third fret. F chord, second, open, first, open. So try to do either one of those chords. Now, let's talk about going in the more challenging direction or going the other way, something easier that we can do. So first, more challenging. As you learn to play these chords, F, C, practice playing them back and forth without missing a beat. 4 strums of the F, 4 strums of the C, without missing a beat. And of course, if you do miss a beat, keep practicing, keep putting in the effort. So F. Oh, I'm a beginner. I'm having trouble finding that C chord. There it is. I had to pause a minute. I'm having trouble finding that F chord again. There it is. Okay. So keep working on playing those chords back and forth until there's no pause, until you don't miss a beat. Okay. Now let's talk about one other thing. What if we're really, really struggling with holding down these notes? Okay. Well, here's a little trick. Find a common tone. What does that mean? Well, every chord is made up of a bunch of different notes or tones, right? An F chord has an F, an A, and a C note. If we play Fs, A's, and C's together, we end up with an F chord. Those are all Fs, A's, and C's. A C chord has a C, an E, and a G note. If we play all those together, we have a C chord, okay? F, A, and C. Okay, so there's a C in the F chord, C, E, and G. There's also a C in the C chord, right? So that's our common tone. So guess what? If someone is playing F and C back and forth, you could play along with just one note and it's going to sound great. It's the common tone. Right? So if I'm singing, the stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas, I can play F chords and C chords back and forth. But I could also just play, the stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. And either way, you're practicing, you're repeating something, you're learning, you're developing your skills, and hopefully you're even singing along. So that about wraps up our lesson for today for young learners, how to learn to play the F chord and the C chord, or to play along with F chords and C chords. We hope you've learned a lot. Make sure to like and to subscribe. And if you have any questions, we have an email address where you can reach us. Also, check out uketropolis.com. We at Groundwork love the programs, the teaching materials available for free at uketropolis.com. And it's a big compliment to what you can learn here on our YouTube channel. So thank you very much and have a most musical day.